Okay, so this morning we are going to we're going to bring the new bridge, the status of the new bridge to you. So this old bridge here is built way back in the day. It's failing. The concrete, they're repairing it and repairing it. It's just deteriorating too fast. So they're going to switch this out. It'll no longer be a drawbridge. It'll be 60 foot off the water. We're basically going to show you that they had to build a bridge so they didn't have to close down this bridge during the construction. So all right, so we're the Pros Demolition, and we're going to show you the status of the bridge. Big Carlos Pass Bridge was put in 1965. They are making a lot of repairs to it. If you look underneath it, there's a lot of cracks everywhere, and they were repairing it more and more and more. So they know that it's deteriorating faster than they can put it back together, and they were spending a lot of money doing it. So they came up with this idea to put the new bridge in. It was part of the putting in the new roads all the way across Fort Myers Beach, which they did a really nice job on. It was a real mess. A lot of it's chewed up since the hurricane from people running their big equipment all over it and running into the curbs and stuff. But this seemed like, for the longest time, it seemed like they weren't really getting anywhere. So just as they finished up getting all the debris out of here from after the hurricane, and they came with all their equipment. So nice little drone shot driving through there. That was kind of fun for the guys. That drawbridge is manned. It's not used that much, and it's probably a huge waste of taxpayers' money. Okay, so when you're building the bridge, I had no idea. Until this morning. Look at that. Look at how many of them gigantic pilings they're putting in just for 1 foot of the bridge. Now, the bridge is going to be elevated quite a bit here, and it's going to peak out in the middle here, so it's 60 foot off the water in high tide. So 65 foot off the water, more or less, for most of the time. So these machines here, they have these big pilers, and they bang on them until they're in far enough. And if you notice, they have markings on them telling you how far down they are. Like those over there, that one right there, at that point, that's 75 feet. It's in the water, or in the ground. So, holy cow. Now look at that. 69 tons on this one side, and then 69 tons on the other side to hold up that crane. And then look all the way up that crane from here. Isn't that... It just amazes me. So at any rate, over here you see the start to the bridge. So they put in a bridge, and it took them a long time to do it, to be able to put in the bridge. The bridge is being built between that temporary bridge and this original bridge. So at any rate, this one's going. It's coming apart too fast. They have to have someone here all the time for the drawbridge. The drawbridge breaks all the time. So that's what's going on with this. So this is amazing. Lover's Key, from what I understand, is going to end up with a bunch of parking underneath this when they get done with it. And that over there is Lover's Key. So as you see, they built this bridge, and if you look at this bridge from underneath, I went under it with my wave runner the other day. It is pretty freaking impressive what they built to build the bridge. And they built that just so that they could take them cranes out there, and they're working between the temporary bridge and the old bridge, and that's where they're putting in the footings or the footers for the new bridge. In between there, I've been in there on my boat talking about in between the little gateways that take you underneath the bridge. 13 feet is what it read. One time I was in there and it read 20 feet, so it must, you know, it must not be even underneath there. And I seen 16 feet. So the center of Big Carlos is pretty deep. Look at the size of those machines, and that's Lover's Key in the background. Look at all those big pieces of concrete. That's what they're using to drive into the ground and to get to the footers. And look at these holes. Each one of these holes here is a footer that's gonna lead up to the bridge. The bridge starts like, seems like it's a half a mile before you get to where the Big Carlos Pass is. Big Carlos Pass runs between Fort Myers Beach and Bonita Springs, and this bridge connected the two. They're really getting some traction now. I had no idea that they would put so many of those poles, those pilings in for each one of these footers. I had no idea that it was that substantial. And those things are long. I mean, they're really long. They have these gigantic metal templates that they use to hold everything in place, and what they do is they use this big rod and it pounds those things in with a big piece of metal, and that's what those cranes are holding up. Right there, those are big drills. They put the drills down in there and they drill it out, and then they pile drive. That's a pile driver right next to it. It's really cool to see all the bicyclists go across the bridges and in the mornings on Saturdays. We're doing this on a Saturday. I have to say, it looks so much cleaner. And I'll be so happy when the bridge is done. I'm sick and tired of hearing them go bang, 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 bang all day long, every day, all weekend long. This is Remove It Pro's Demolition. This is Dave Lockwood. Thank you for watching our video, and we'll see you on the next one.